Test, test, test. Hey, everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. Hey, check out the background. It's a little new. It's the world and all the ships and where they're going. Some are free floating and some are stuck. But I want to thank our next guest, Eric from Sage News, for getting it for me. Eric, how are you doing?
Great. I'm doing great. Well, thanks for having me on again.
Yeah. Hey, we got two great topics. Cargo airplanes afraid of getting shot down by missiles, and train companies that just want to walk away from LA, right?
Pretty much. Can't get any. You can't make this stuff up. Let's just put it that way. You can't make it up.
Make this stuff up. Now, guys, Eric's going to pull up, or he's going to start talking about our first topic, and that's FedEx requesting, to be loaded up with chaff and flares, so it's like the new military. But as he's pulling up that screen, I want to share with you guys, you can't make this stuff up. This is really what's going on, and the narrative is getting gnarly. So, Eric, without further ado, jump on in.
All right. So basically what we had is, which I found the article. I did a small thing on my channel about it because I was kind of shocked. But FedEx asked the FAA to add anti-missile systems to some of their cargo planes. Now, just so everybody kind of understands air cargo, you have the cargo planes, and then you have like regular, business planes and that everybody flies on. Both are used for cargo. Most of the business that planes do is more based on what's in their cargo holds than the people that are actually on board. But cargo planes are all cargo. And recently, some of the planes, they've been pulling the seats out to turn them into cargo planes. So just recently, I guess maybe FedEx knows something that we don't know. FedEx wants to operate cargo planes outfitted with lasers that can throw off incoming heat-seeking missiles, according to newly published federal documents. In a filing Friday, the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, indicated FedEx had asked permission to add anti-missile defense systems. The agency said that FedEx missile defense system directs infrared laser energy towards incoming missiles in an effort to interrupt missile attacks and aircraft heat, according to the filing. So
let me jump in. So I use the word chaff and flares. It's the first thing I think of because I've worked around those aircraft, and that's the first thing I think of. But these are lasers. Now, how did it turn out? Because I've seen requests for sharks with laser beams attached to them, but not cargo planes. So what was their answer?
Well, at first they were definitely thinking about it, and they were running it by them. And I actually pulled a report from the filing on my channel. I have a video about that. But now they seem to come back, and this is just, I believe this was yesterday afternoon. The FAA halts the review of FedEx proposal to install the A321 laser-based missile defense system on their planes. Now, they just halted it. I don't know if it's going back for further review eventually, but the federal administration on Tuesday said it has withdrawn proposal conditions that could have allowed delivery of the company FedEx to install laser-based missile defense on the Airbus 321-200 airplanes. The FAA said Tuesday it determined that further internal study is necessary, just like I said. Then the FAA should said to avoid conflict, a comment period on proposal that the agency is moving forward at this time. So basically what they just said was, you know what, we're not going to let you do it. We're going to investigate a little bit, and then we're going to allow a comment section where people can call in and from the different things and say if it's good or bad. It still hasn't been completely shut down yet. Like I said, right now, FedEx did not comment Tuesday on the FAA declining comment beyond the withdrawal. But it's not at a complete no. It's just at a temporary halt.
Now, I can only imagine what's going on in the FedEx president's or CEO's mind. It's like, can I not just get a stinking laser beam on one of my planes? And right now, the FAA is pretty much saying, well, we picked up some other subpar products, and maybe he's like, well, you got to start somewhere, right? So if you guys remember what movie that's from, put it in the comment section below. So it looks like it may go through, but that really is the world that we're living in. FedEx isn't crazy. They're thinking ahead of time, and they're going, we could see something down the road. And that's what I want people to, this isn't doom and gloom and fear. It's like, once you know the truth and you're armed with truth, you sort of know where you should put your dollars, where the world's going, and you pretty much know what to do with your life, right, Eric?
Correct. And this is some of the stuff that it's like, I understand that they're looking towards future times, but if you don't see this and say, uh-oh, and start thinking about your future now. When big companies are thinking about it, you should be thinking about it also.
Completely agree. Now we got some other news that has to do with my home state, and that is train thefts, right?
Oh God, your state. I don't know. All right, let's.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not looking good.
No, it's not. So this was basically, let's switch.
And while you're looking, I'll talk about some stuff. So train thefts are up something like 326% as far as Union Pacific is recording it. And you could see from the picture that Eric's pulling up right now, the amount of trash is insane. And I'm so glad it's getting pressed. Now, a lot of you are going to say, Ninja, Eric, come on, you're like 4 days too late. You're right, we are. We got other things going on, but it's important to get this information out, because what it does is it puts pressure on all kinds of people, lawmakers and companies and things like that, to do something about this. But the facts are the train looting is insane. But this is what me and Eric wanted to cover. This is supply chain issue. Why? Because what's Union Pacific saying, Eric?
Well, Union Pacific, and just so everybody knows, another reason you keep doing it is if it comes out and it goes away and people don't talk about it again, they don't do anything. You need to keep it in their face. So we need to continue to say, hey, this is a problem. So basically, and I did read, I have the actual letter I did on this one, I read. And basically in their letter, what they said is that it's up like 326%, because what they're doing is they're breaking into the trains, they're stealing the trains, but their main cause for that is UP has their own police. Now, their police cannot prosecute or send to jail, but they can detain and hand over to local authorities. Yep. The issue that they're having with the local authorities is because of the California law that allows them to basically take so much money before it's, a major crime, these tickets turn into trespassing, and they pay $100 fine or $50 fine or whatever that trespassing ticket is. And then they just do it again. Yes. So there's no real deterrent from being able to stop this. Now I believe it was, okay, so it's 160% increase, and at least $5 million. So the railroad didn't release specific data, but it said an increase in crime cost the company $5 million last year. Yeah. Now, Union Pacific is self-insured. Obviously, they're a big company, but there's more than just the cost of the product. There's the cost of the person that has to make another one because it was stolen, then has to ship it out, and then, pay. All these costs eventually add up to reship these items over and over again. And that's some of the costs that probably weren't even calculated into that $5 million. Well,
not only that, the second you report something stolen and there's an investigation, let's say just 10% of the cargo was looted, right? The first front part where you open up the Connex box. The problem is now that entire thing is evidence and it's being held. And so that also adds an additional delay to getting to the store that really needs that product to get it on the shelves. So there's like this trickle down effect that's happening. And to watch Union Pacific threaten, like, we're ready to bail out if you're not going to give us law enforcement protection, because what LAPD or whatever agency, I don't know which agency is saying it, but one law enforcement agency is saying, look, it's not our jurisdiction. It's like getting an offender bender on at a grocery store, but that's private property. So the police officers in any city in our state just goes, hey, we're not even going to file a report. It's not public land. So that's what's really interesting about that. And let's just say, I don't think it's going to come to this. Eric, if you want to switch back to normal screen, I think that if it did come to it and they pulled out, that would be insane. That would be like, holy cow, huge. I don't think it's going to come to that. But when threats start getting thrown out there, it's because the company's like, look, we really need help. And so they need the court of public opinion to come in and go, yeah, you guys need to do something about this.
Right, because how this actually eventually pans out, which I've seen it before, not in the rail service, but places like New York City and stuff like that, into bad areas, is it's a trickle down effect when it comes to costs. Right, if you want me to start protecting these trains more, they're going to have to start charging more for the rail service and things like that. So now they need to hire more police, they need to pay for more security, they need to get more drones. That's an added cost that the rail is going to now pass down to the person buying the freight, which eventually gets passed down to us. And one of the other aspects to this is, and a perfect example is customers, like which I have either customers or my wife's a perfect example. She ordered something that got lost in California, and it's supposed to get there before Christmas, and it didn't get there until after Christmas because it was lost or stolen. So a lot of these customers now that are ordering these things that need them to arrive for our next Valentine's Day. You got stuff that can only be sold on Valentine's Day that have to get there by Valentine's Day that might be worth $10 before and $1 afterwards. If it's stolen, they're never going to get a chance to reorder and get it there.
Yeah, and what if we went through a Valentine's Day without any of those 4-foot stuffed teddy bears?
I'll say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
I don't even know what to do. What if they take the lasers that are supposed to be mounted on the airplanes?
There, see, we could put them on the rail. We wouldn't have this problem.
See what happens when you guys get to the end of the video? Me and Eric get slap happy.
I know, pretty much. Exactly.
Wait.
It ends up being a cost down to us, and this is why we keep bringing it up and we keep pushing it forward.
That's right. And so, guys, with that being said, if you enjoy the video, please let us know. If there's anything we can do better, please let us know. If you haven't followed Eric at Sage News, let's do this. I want to see this guy get to 20,000 subscribers by the springtime.
Hey, like I said, hook me up like a tow truck. It's free. It's just a click of a button. Go ahead and subscribe. Let's do this. All right, guys. With that being said, thank you so much. The Economic Ninja and Eric from Sage News is out.